It sure has been a long 12 days of mourning after the death of Queen Elizabeth II. In Australia, we still have a few extra days of mourning to go, with a one-off public holiday slated for Thursday. But while many Aussies will rejoice at the extra day off, it's going to cause more pain for many businesses around the country. Making it even worse is Victoria have, of course, a public holiday the following day for the grand final parade. And Western Australia has the Monday off for, wait for it, the Queen's birthday. So there'll be a temptation to take a sickie on the Friday and pull a 5-day weekend. Around the country, this Friday could turn out to be a national sickie day. Joining me now is the Council of Small Business Organisations Australia CEO Alexi Boyd. Thanks for joining us, Alexi. I've noticed a lot of big businesses saying this is not a problem, another public holiday. They'll encourage people to perhaps take some leave on Friday or whatever. But this could be really tough for small businesses who have been smashed from pillar to post during COVID.
Absolutely. If you think of a big business that might have, say, 100 staff and a couple of people take that time off, they can probably absorb their hours with that existing team. But if you've got a small business with maybe 5 or 10 staff and a couple of people take those extra days, what's going to end up happening is that small business owner themselves is going to be working those extra hours and working long days and working extra time in a business that they're keeping their head above water with. It's a really quite a difficult situation. We've had mixed responses from our members. It depends where you're located and what type of business you are. Obviously, some businesses would welcome the extra foot traffic. If you're in a holiday area, for instance, you'll see a great surge. But we're still in a situation where we've got worker shortages. So even if you've got an increase in that foot traffic, you may not be able to service your customers as best as you'd wish to. There's also a lot of industries out there where you've got a situation where they might actually run at a loss. If you're a fully booked hairdresser or someone who has client appointments and you can't move those clients and you can't move those appointments and you have to pay penalty rates, you might actually be running your business at a loss instead of looking what a normal trading day would look like with a fully booked business.
Yeah, it's just such a worry. I get the sense over the last 2 years, what's really worried me is we've had a big government and big business approach to everything, and small business has been smashed. Now, the government today announced that its budget is looking $50 billion better, to the good side, looking to be $50 billion better, not $80 billion in deficit this year, but $30 billion instead. But the point is this is partly because our coal is getting such good prices overseas, partly because the country is bouncing back from the pandemic very well. But that's exactly why you need to keep going. That's why small business shouldn't have to pay people an extra day for not working.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of data out there that shows that the economy is going better and going gangbusters. But what we'd like to see split out is the difference between small business data and big business data, so that we can say, look, small businesses continue to need that support. What we're hearing from our members is that debt continues to be a problem. We've got the ATO who is starting to switch back on their debt recovery mechanisms. We're still looking at an increased cost of investing in your business because interest rates are going up. Plus, we know about energy prices. So small businesses, whilst they're doing better and we're seeing a lot of green shoots and those for rent signs seem to be going down, there's a lot of people that continue to need support. And what we're suggesting is that needs to happen through trusted advisors. So if you need to get help, you should be able to access the right advice at the right time as quickly as possible. Seek mental health support when you need it. So we're very supportive of the work of the New Access program, for instance, but reach out to your professional association. And in those 3 mechanisms, what can the government do to support where small businesses themselves go to get support in times like this?
I just don't get it. A government that talks about the need to boost productivity and they bring on an extra public holiday. Thanks for joining us, Alexi. I appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Alexi Boyd there from the Council of Small Business Organisations. I'll definitely be working on Thursday. Don't you worry about that. The Kenny Report will still be on at 5 o'clock.